Hey guys, what's up, Kardak here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over a deck profile of the ChaosDukemon deck from BT5. This deck is super fun to play. This build is the Omnimon ChaosDukemon deck, mainly because this deck does run defeat. There are people that are on a budget that can't run defeats, and that's perfectly fine, but the defeats do help push the deck quite a bit because it adds that extra pressure on your opponent, and you can do some pretty neat combos with him in conjunction with the ChaosDukemon. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck. We'll go over the Digitamons first. We're running 1 Guilmon and then 4 of the Puchimeramon. These ones actually don't really matter that much because most of the time you want to Digiburst them for the Wargroundmon skill, the Black Wargroundmon skill. But in events that you do, if you Digivolve into a blocker, you can Digivolve a Gabumon on top of this and then have a blocker and then just crash, use it to block, and then you can draw 3, discard 2 to help you set up your trash, as well as getting some more useful cards in your hand. It's very good for filtering. The Guilmon's here just to help you crash less often, but it's not super useful, so we're running that at 1. Next we are running 3 of the defeats. So defeat is here. It's very good, obviously very good in security, but actually even if you do evolve into it, you can still pop a Tamer. So that's pretty good. There's not a lot of Tamer popping effects in the game right now. So this will definitely help you pop some of your opponent's important Tamers that can help them go back to 3 so that you can continue memory denying them. So it's very good. And we're also running 2 of the regular Sword. So those are the Omnimons we're running. This card's very good at helping you rebuild your board, as well as putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. And it's also very good at saving yourself. If you are very low on security, you can just play 2 blockers and you can kind of protect yourself for a turn. Next, for the level 6s, we're going to be running 4 of the ChaosDukemon. This is obviously the main card in the deck. Your main win condition. Both of its effects are very useful, and it combos very well with the Guilmon. So if you play a Guilmon from trash with a Wargroundmon skill, you can pop that after you Digivolve into this, and then you can pretty much Digivolve into this for 3 memory. Very good. And if you do pop something, you can bring back another level 3 Digimon. So overall, both of the effects are pretty good, and you can also control your opponent's board while you're using this effect. Very neat card. I really like the art. Next, we're running 1 Digimon. This card is just here to help you get those extra mills, as well as revive your ChaosDukemon if it does die. But yeah, Anubismon is here to help you get some last hits. This card is just very good in general. Your opponent usually doesn't expect this card. A lot of people don't like to play this card. I like to see why it's low power and doesn't really gel too well compared to some of the other options you have. But I think the extra haste you get will definitely catch your opponent off guard and help you get some last hits in. This card has helped me win games quite a few times, so definitely keep him in. You don't really need a lot of him. 2 is fine. It's kind of like a secret trump card. Once you need that last hit, then he's there for you. Next, we are also running, for the level 5s, we're running 4 of the Black Wargroundmon. Obviously, you want to use his Digiburst skill to set up your Guilmon in order to go into your ChaosDukemon. And obviously his Evolution Source skill is also very good. You can get some extra attacks in. So it's very nice. Even if you do Digivolve into the the short defeat, you'll still be able to do some plays with this because you'll have a 1k higher body, and if you do get the Tiny Yaman on the board, you get 2 security attacks. So that's pretty good. Next, we are running 1 Jokermon. This card is mainly to help you do your short plays, and it does put a little pressure on your opponent, because if they do try to kill this, you can bring another card back. So this is a card that also combos pretty well with the Anubismon. So you can play Omnimon if you have a Jokermon on the board, attack with it. If it dies, then you can play another level 3. If it doesn't die, you can manually pop it to get another level 3 on the board. So overall, very good. If you don't want to run Chimeramon, which I am running one of, you can run another Dukemon, because Dukemon is a pretty popular card to play now, and I can definitely see why. But I like having a bigger toolbox to use, since purple is one of the few colors that can play around with their trash. So yeah, that's why we're running the Chimeramon. It's just a tech option. It's not a super popular card to play now, but you do get to use as effective. You get to play this for free if you are going into short, so why not take advantage of that? Next, we are going to go into the vanilla for the level 5s. We're going to be running 2 Skullmeramons, just because it's a vanilla. Most of the time, you don't want to go into this unless you want to memory deny your opponent, because Guilmon is just the better card to go into, since you get the value of getting the Guilmon out, as well as having evolution's very strong evolution source skill. And next, we're going to go for level 4s. Running 2 of the black Guilmon. This card is up in the air. You can run this if you want. You don't have to run this. Most of the time, if you are going into the black Guilmon, this card is going to get Digibursted anyway, so it's not super useful. But I'm running 2 of these because it is a Guilmon, and I am a Dukemon fanboy, so I'm running 2 of these. And there are times when you don't need to, if you have a Guilmon on the board already, and you don't want to Digiburst 3, if you have the full ride chain, it's actually also pretty good, because you get 2 security checks, and you get to unsuspend, so you get 4 attacks that turn if you don't crash, so it's pretty deadly. And to make it even better, if you do Digivolve into a short or a defeat, if you have these guys on the board, you can go for game in 1 turn pretty much. So of course that requires a lot of setup, and in the current meta, it's not very easy to do so. But anyway, we're running 2 Digimons. This card is mainly here for the revenge. Help get rid of Digimon that you normally can't get rid of. It does have problems against protection cards, but whatever. It's not super hard to get over those. For the level 4, running 4 of these Digimon blockers. You can run 2 too. You can run 2 of the Evilmon and 2 of the 1-cost Digimon instead, but I quite like the 1-cost evolution, since it does help you speed up going into your win condition a lot faster, so there's that. And next, we're running 4 of the Meramons. This is another vanilla. Again, most of the time you are going to go into Black Guilmon, so you're going to Digiburst. So this card it doesn't feel bad if you Digiburst this. For the level 3s, we are running 2 Guilmon. This is obviously the BT2 Guilmon. Most of the time you want to have this set up to get your block in, and then draw 3 to discard 2 to help you set up your trash. And we're only running 2 of these because, again, most of the time you're going to be Digibursting your level 3s. So 2 Guilmon is enough, but these are pretty much the defensive cards that you want to use if you are stuck in a position where you do need to have a little bit more defensive. And next, we're running 4 Tabermons. This card mainly just crash to draw 1. Just plain and simple. It's a strong card, so why not? Next, we're running one of my new favorite cards for purple. This is the Guilmon. If it gets deleted by an effect, by one of your, by an effect, then you can get 1 memory. You're going to be popping this card with your stuff all the time, whether it be with your ChaosDukemons or some of the options cards you have. You can pop it with your Black Guilmon's skill, and sometimes he can be Chimeramon fodder. But either way, no matter what you do, he's going to be very good. Because, for example, if you have to hard cast your Chimeramon, if you delete this, then you kind of only play the Chimeramon for 6 cost, which is still quite a bit, but if you have nothing to do, then it's better than giving your opponent the full 7 cost. Hopefully you won't be stuck in that situation though. Next, for the other level 3s, we are running the Candlemons. You can run the Digimons if you want, but Candlemons are a little bit easier to get, so we're running 3 of these. So most of the level 3s we were running vanillas as evolution sources, just because they're going to get bursted. And the Guilmons are here for those niche situations where you need to have a blocker to die. And yeah. So last but not least, let's go over the options in the Tamers. We are going to be running 2 Taichi Yamatos. So this will help you give all your Omegamons an extra security check. And if your opponent has level 6, then at the beginning of return you get +2 memory. So this card is very good. If you have both the Yamato and the boys, you get to start with 5 memory, which you can do a lot of stuff with. And if your opponent does crash into a defeat in the security, you get to play this, and then you get to swing your opponent next turn for 2 security checks for no reason. So very, very strong card. Your opponent's going to have a headache too if they do crash into this. Kind of want to run this at 4, but I don't really have the space for it, so we're going to keep this at 3. 3 is a perfectly fine number. But yeah, it's pretty low usage when you do go into this. And yeah, that's last but not least, we are running one of the 1 cost option. So you can delete one of your Digimon, and one of your you can make one of your purple Digimon active again. We are running this to help you do more pushes with your ChaosDukemon, and if you do get to keep reviving your Guilmons, you're pretty much playing this card for free. So it's very, very good. I kind of want one more just to have it more often, but the ratio for this deck, it's kind of hard to adjust right now. I don't want to. You can potentially cut one more level 3 for another option, but I kind of like having 13 level 3s right now. Might cut it down to, because I've been kind of back and forth between going 13 and 12. So if I do more playtesting and I feel like this is better at 2, I'll bump it up 1, and I'll probably take out a Candlemon. But yeah, so far the deck has been working pretty well for me. It's very, very fun to play. So before I wrap this up, I just want to let you guys know that the more popular build for ChaosDukemon is the Tactimon build, but I do think running the Megidramon and the Anubismon is more fun in my opinion, and it is more aggressive. But if you're playing in a meta format where there's a lot of yellow decks, which if you're playing BT5, then most of the time it will be yellow, Tactimon is going to be more useful because you can do more level 3 wipes with its skill. But aggression-wise, I do think the Anubismons are a little bit more helpful. But that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any of your own builds, and I will be glad to share ideas with you guys down below. If you guys want to see more Digimon content, make sure to like and subscribe, and smash that like button so that you can help me out with the YouTube algorithm. But this is Karataku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!